Hey guys, we're doing something a little different today. It's New Year's Eve, and I really wanted to share with you guys one of my favorite ways to honor New Year's. It's a fun New Year's tradition that I think you all might enjoy. So I'm going to share it with you, and I have some friends around me today, which might, make their way into the videos. But we're going to start. So as the new year comes, a lot of people make New Year's resolutions, or just they like the idea of a clean new start. I think we all do, and especially after 2020. So one of the things I do is I create a sigil, which is basically a symbol, and it's a symbol that you create specifically for you, that you can carry throughout the year as a reminder of your goals. And you can use this, you can post up the symbol in different places in your house. You can meditate on the symbol, which I love to do, because sometimes my mind is just, it has so much going on and so much activity and so much, social media and all the things, that whenever I go into trying to meditate, sometimes it's challenging. But I found that sometimes, like a Tibetan style of meditation is, you focus on a visualization. And so if you create a symbol that's your own symbol, and you do it repetitively, it's really easy to meditate on that particular symbol. And I've had a lot of luck with these, about keeping my focus, keeping my emotional state and mental state in a particular direction. So, without further ado, I will explain how I create mine. Now, I encourage you to create yours in any fashion that you want. This is a really fun way to do it. And if you want to use this way, I'd totally be honored. And if you come up with your own, that's just as fantastic. I think you will very much enjoy this. So with my sigils, I always combine 3 different ideas. And it's kind of like the trilogy, like body, mind, spirit. There's this, saying that there are 3 things that genuinely make, your life worth living, which is health, wealth, and love. But I want to kind of redefine a lot of those. So obviously health makes tons of sense. If you have a body that feels comfortable, that you feel comfortable in this world, then that totally makes sense, that would attribute to you being able to have your well-being in this experience. Wealth, I think, is a little bit more complicated, because people think of wealth and they think of money and such, but wealth really being the idea that your bases are covered, that your food and your housing, where you live, what you eat, those things are taken care of, or at least they will be taken care of. It's kind of like, in the physical realm of your needs being met. And then love, of course, is, love can relate to everything. Love of self-love is uttermost important. Love of your divinity, whatever that may be. Love of family, friends, your community, love of your passions, all of that. So love is all encompassing. So I love that those line up beautifully with mind, body, and spirit, because you have your health, which is your body. Mind is your wealth, because it's like your mental state of what you create in this world, and that attributes to what you perceive of as your wealth, the wealth of this experience. And then love and spirit obviously go hand in hand. I do feel that no matter how many ways the divine is described, it tends to always fall back to love. So those are the three, those are three different components. So at different times in my life, I'll reevaluate and say, in those three components, what are some areas that, I would like to improve or explore even, So, I'm just going to write these down. So mind, body, and spirit. And obviously this little gal is is a part Chihuahua, hence she lays right up next to the fire. I don't even know how she does it, but she loves it. So mind, body, and spirit. And then, so that's wealth, health, and love. So we'll go through each one of those. So let's start with body and mind. Body and health, body health, that, which is in the middle there. So say that you want to work on your flexibility. We're talking about your physical being. It could be, maybe you have some health issues you want to, be at peace with. Maybe there are health issues that can't be cured in this lifetime, but maybe you can find more peace with them. Or maybe it's just real simple things like, you want to work on your strength or your flexibility, or just getting yourself in shape, or, anything related to your body that you really would like to address and work on. And I always try not to, not too big of a thing, more or less pretty specific. This is what this is something that is very important to me. And I mean, it could be broad spectrum, but you really want to narrow it down to one idea, whatever that may be. And I'd say for me, maybe this year is strength. I want to work on strength in my body. So you think of something very simple that would, a symbol that would symbolize strength to you. And you want to make it as easy as possible. So we're talking real simple symbols. So whether it be, line work, circle work, triangle work, stuff like that, just really symbolic things. So I think of strength as a rope, so maybe I do some sort of cool symbol of a rope, and this, and this is an interpretation, but say it's something just even as simple as that, right? And it could be way more simple than that too, but something like that. Hopefully you can see that. And then, let's move on to mind and wealth. So, then you're like, okay, maybe it's a financial thing. A lot of people, it's a financial thing. Maybe it's what you're producing in the world, which is normally my case. I want to strive to create something bigger, greater, more advanced, or just technically more advanced. In this particular example, I'm going to say, something that I would say more global connection with my creations. That is something that I would like. So maybe I'm just going to do a circle, and that represents the earth. Maybe it's just a circle, and that's all. That's easy. And then spirit and love. And so it can be, more love for a particular relationship, or, yourself. Like I said, that's a really good one. it also could be like more love for the planet, for, you know, for gardening, for, you know, like where can you expand your spirit? Where can you expand your love? And, you know, for me, I would like to explore more of nature, you know, and incorporating more of a closed loop system into the rest of what I do, and really loving that and honoring that. And so maybe I'll do a little leaf for nature, just a little leaf. It makes me think of nature. Okay, so now you have these 3 symbols, and this is where you get creative. With those 3 different symbols, make one symbol. So you can put them in any kind of order, you can overlap them, you know. I don't encourage, you know, just side by side. There's something about the creative power of intertwining them somehow and making something you couldn't have even thought of initially. You would have never thought you made that symbol. So with this one, I'm gonna overlap. I think I'm gonna do I'm gonna do the rope, and then the circle will go inside over the rope, and then maybe the top of the rope turns into the leaf. And that looks like it's almost growing out of the earth, you know. Really, really simple. And I'm doing this quick because obviously this is just a video. But there we go. I created a little something. This is your new symbol. This is your sigil, your magic symbol that you would then carry for the whole year. And you try to make an effort every day. If you meditate, I recommend using it during meditation. Just hold it in your mind, especially during if you use the type of meditation where you get rid of everything, you will eventually, but in the beginning, when you first sit to meditate, I recommend just holding it in your mind for a brief moment, and it really helps you kind of like slow your focus down to this, and then you can let it go if you want a clear mind meditation. But that's a great way to do it. You can also like create a piece of art with it. Then you kind of keep it secret. Like this one isn't going to be mine for the year. Like I'm not going to show anybody mine for the year. I mean, I may put it around the house, but nobody will know what it is. It's just something between you and spirit, you and the energies that be. And it's because I mean, if you feel you need to tell somebody, absolutely. But for me, I found that there's something very powerful about the essence of it never being able to be contradicted. That's why sometimes, like if you write, say, a mantra or something like that, it's fantastic, except for that words can get complicated and can sometimes be rewritten or readjusted, whereas your specific symbol is yours. There's nothing to contradict it. There's no one that knows exactly what it means besides you. So it's only about you and you. And what I found is that it will become something even more than you knew. Somehow these 3 elements, like in alchemy, will come together and create something entirely different than what you had originally thought. And that meditation will morph. So don't be worried about that. Like if it is something that you do meditate on, it'll start in one way, as kind of like you going over the symbol and remembering why those 3 elements are in it. But then all of a sudden they'll kind of come together and you'll realize the common thread. And that will end up being something much more precise for why you were moving in that direction in the first place. So that's the magic of it. And the greatest thing is the longer you work on it, the more it blooms. It's like a plant, like you seed it and then it just keeps growing, and you give it love and water and attention every day, you know. And so that's why I encourage doing it the new year, because it gives you full year, which gives you tons of time to work on it. And there'll be days you forget, but don't be discouraged by that. Always come back. And sometimes I found that, you know, like it will readjust itself. Then the next time you can't stop thinking about it for 24 hours straight, you know, so it adjusts itself, but try every day to acknowledge it. And that's why I said sometimes placing it in different places. You can put it on sticky note in your mirror or as your phone, like your phone screensaver. And then you're always seeing it. And sometimes you switch it up, you know, like change the color of it on your screensaver, and then that way you'll remember it, because, you know, sometimes it'll be there and you'll not see it. So try to reinvent it, and have fun with it. It's so much fun. And I have to tell you that I have not even intentionally trying to manifest, but I have definitely manifested a lot with these. And it's, I mean, there's no magic to it besides the fact that, like, where your attention goes, you know, that's who you become, what you are. And so if that is something you're focusing on, then all of a sudden, obviously, these things start coming to light, or at least the path to them start coming to perspective. So I hope that was helpful, and I hope you all have a lovely New Year's Eve, whatever you're doing. I know most people will be very low-key this year. But I am excited, and if you have questions, of course, ask any questions. But I also just encourage you to, like, get creative and have fun with it. And then it's something super unique. I mean, I know people who have taken it to the next level and turned it into jewelry that they wear. It's for me, I've definitely mixed it into some of my paintings, and people would never know, but they're in there. So yeah, okay, well, Happy New Year, and I look forward to lots of fun new videos in 2021.